All right, welcome back once again, everybody. It's the Dr. Tree Fruit and Don podcast. I'm Don Seifrit, and I'm here with Dr. Kari Peter. Say hi, Gary.
Hello.
It is Monday, March 31st, and we have heck of a week coming up. Yeah,
Yes, we do. Should I jump right into it?
yeah. I'll
All
let you get to
right.
it.
This is a quick but intense update. So if you're keeping track of the weather, it's been warm. It's going to be possibly rainy this week, and the trees have already broken dormancy. There's green tissue showing. And when there's green tissue showing, that means apple scab spores are starting to mature. Now, they don't all mature at once, so we aren't having a great influx of scab spores, but they definitely are available if you have any overwintering sources that are lurking about in your orchard. So, with that said, this week will be a pretty good scab infection week should the forecast come to fruition. Meaning we have definitely the ideal temperatures. It's I think the average is probably, oh gosh, maybe be the upper 50s, low 60s, depending on where you're located. And with that, we're going to have, if we have any wetting conditions, it's not going to take much. So at those averages, it's going to take no less than 6 hours of leaf wetness. It might be a little cooler in some of the days this week, so the take home message for today is be on alert, make sure you've got your trees covered up if they're showing any green tissue. So what should you be doing right now? If you are up to half-inch green, um, if you put dormant copper spray on anytime in the last couple weeks, you should have been covered like through the weekend and this probably today. But I imagine a lot of people with the warm weather of the weekend, a lot of more green tissue is pushed. So you may be well past half-inch green and maybe even kind of tickling tight cluster. So you got some options here. So um, for conventional management, you should be using a rain-fast mancozeb right now at 3 pounds to the acre. That comes as Manzate Pro Stick or Roper Rain Shield. But a rain-fast mancozeb during this early time frame with regards to controlling for apple scab. You can apply that by itself, or you can tank mix it with another product like Sillet. You could also tank mix it with sulfur. Sulfur is also another viable option. You can mix sulfur and manzate together or mancozeb together. For sulfur, I would use anywhere from 6 to 10 pounds to the acre. You could also mix Captan with your mancozeb as well, at about 2.5 pounds per acre. We call that a Captozeb mix. So for that up to half-inch green, you've got lots of options for that time period. Organic, your management options are sulfur or potassium bicarbonate. And potassium bicarbonate is Caligreen or Millstop, or I think there may be another product out there that's potassium bicarbonate. You don't want to use any more than 3 pounds to the acre for that. With regards to if you're at tight cluster, which some early varieties we might be at tight cluster. So you may want something a little bit stronger, depending on what your scab pressure is at your location. Again, you are going to be tank mixing your rain-fast mancozeb with possibly a couple of the following options. So you could use Axios, which is the new fungicide out for the season. That's frat group 52. You can use Sevia, which is a frat group 3. You can also use Indar, which is frat group 3. Inspire Super, which is frat groups 3 and 9. Procure, which is frat group 3. Scala, which is frat group 9. And you could also use Vanguard, which is frat group 9. So you may notice I did not say any frac 7s or frac 11s because I don't want you using those products at this time. The frac group 7s I want you to save for the bloom period, or at the very earliest late pink. But I like to see those products that bloom through petal fall because they are going to be your strongest products to be combating scab and other diseases during that time. So you've got some options. You could also just do sulfur and mancozeb as well. You don't have to add something super strong, depending on, again, what your disease pressure is at your location. But also keep in mind stuff like sulfur, and even the rain-fast mancozeb, they are just surface only. So they are going to be coating the top layer of your plant tissue, and they can easily be washed off. So if we have frequent rain events this week, this is where your rain fast mancozeb is going to pay off because it will stick around a little longer than a non-rain fast mancozeb. I did do that research a couple years ago, and I did see the rain fast mancozeb work better during really rainy conditions compared to a non-rain fast mancozeb. Now, if you have a non-rain fast mancozeb, you can make it rain fast just by adding a spreader sticker to a tank. So I think like 4 fluid ounces to 100 gallons. And that's all you need to do to make something rain fast, particularly a mancozeb. Some folks may have Xyram in their shed. Xyram is still legal to use right now, so you could also, Xyram is also another option. But I would say your rain fast mancozeb, you could tank mix that with Captan right now. You could also tank mix that with sulfur. If you're at an advanced stage where you're showing quite a bit of green tissue, depending on where you're located in Pennsylvania, you're at that tight cluster stage, you may want something a little more oomph. So you got lots of options there. So as far as again, organic options go, if you aren't growing apple scab resistant trees, then sulfur is your best bet. And I would say you want to be ranging from 6 to 10 pounds to the acre. But you can also use potassium bicarbonate as well. That's another apple scab material. So we aren't quite at the powdery mildew stage yet. Powdery mildew, we start controlling for powdery mildew at tight cluster. So just as a reminder that once we hit those dry days, we will be wanting to worry about powdery mildew control. So right now, I don't think we're quite there yet for powdery mildew control. Apple scab should be on your mind this week. Looking at the NUA forecast and also the regular forecast, it seems today is going to be a good day for apple scab infection. Also Wednesday and then the latter half of the week, maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It depends. The forecast can always change. So again, make sure you keep tabs on what's going on at your own location. Keep your trees covered up because this is the first major apple scab infection event this week. Should the forecast come to fruition with the rain, plus we have the warm temperatures, so it's really excellent conditions for apple scab. So just be vigilant, keep your trees covered up, and good luck. Any questions, Don?
No, I think that pretty much covers it. We'll get this pretty quick into people's hands, I think, and
Yeah. And I did send out a disease update on Friday. So that would still cover this week as well. I didn't mention about keeping tabs on the latter half of this week, but that just goes without saying. But everything I mentioned in that disease update will cover your recommendations for this week, and I just covered them right now too.
cool. I think that's it. I
I
think we're
think that's
good.
it. I think that's it. Quick, fast update.
I think that's a-okay.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you, Carrie. I think I can get this edited into people's hands pretty fast. So, um, say thanks.
All
I'll
right.
say thank you, and you say goodbye.
All right. See you later. Goodbye. Good luck, folks.
Bye, everybody.